Greetings, Westminster School community. Welcome to Andrews Memorial Chapel. Classes of 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017. Welcome faculty and staff colleagues. John Hay Society, please be seated. Westminster School was founded in 1888, so we're at the start of our 129th year. Joining together to sing hymns has long been a powerful expression of community. For our first chapel, let's join together enthusiastically in singing our school hymn arranged by H. Allen Dingwall, a Westminster parent whose son was in the class of 1938. Please stand and open your hymnal supplement titled Song and Spirit, page 5. New school years are a time for introductions. And I hope that over the next few days, and even weeks, all of you will reach out on a regular basis to introduce yourselves so we all get to know each other better. To begin this process, I'm the headmaster. Mrs. Phillip lives with me in Pratt House, which is the yellow home behind this chapel. I joined the faculty in 1983, and Mrs. Phillip joined me here on Williams Hill in 1985. We brought up our two daughters here in this campus community. Kate graduated the class of 2006, and Allie with the class of 2009. Joining both the sixth form lawn and commencement lawn, this spiritual space of Andrews Memorial Chapel resonates for alumni of Westminster School as a symbolic representation of our school's inspiring ethos and distinguishing values. In fact, the chapel we're sitting in is the third in this location. Hay Memorial Chapel was first dedicated in 1902 and burnt down in 1904. The Hay family then made another gift to rebuild the chapel in 1905. As our school grew in size from around 100 to as many as 160 in the mid-1950s, Hay Memorial Chapel could no longer accommodate students and faculty. In 1962, it was replaced by Andrews Memorial Chapel, which today comfortably seats 395 students. Fundamentally, we cultivate, nourish, and celebrate our community here. I ask that you always respect this special space where generations of our students and faculty have gathered as a community, and I hope that you will cherish it too. In many different ways, this chapel space encourages us to reflect beyond our own personal concerns, to think of others, to appreciate their sacrifices, to be compassionate, sensitive, inclusive, empathetic, and aware. Simply put, while in this chapel, I hope we will learn many lessons about the values at the foundation of a successful community. Lessons that will help us make a difference in our endeavors in the world beyond Williams Hill. The world that we are reminded of every day as we gaze out on the beautiful view of the Farmington River Valley from behind this chapel. That world beyond Williams Hill is an especially tumultuous place. Ironically, thanks to extraordinary advances in technology, we have never known more about each other. And we've never been able to communicate with each other more easily. Between our cell phones, computers, the World Wide Web, and Wi-Fi, we have access to limitless information, and we can communicate across the globe instantaneously. This technology absorbs our attention, even at the expense of those with whom we are actually present. Instead of interacting with people in our company, we stare at our cell phone and computer screens, often with our ears encased in headphones. In the process, we separate ourselves from our immediate community at a time when a community ethos has never been more important. Globally, at this extraordinary time in history, many people feel isolated, frightened, and angry. Relationships between nations, communities, individuals seems frayed. Our world feels very fragile, and we feel personally vulnerable. Daily news reports feature violence, disillusionment, and disintegration. Terrorism is an all too frequent headline. This summer I visited with alumni around the world. In Seoul, South Korea, Kim Jong-un, who leads North Korea, fired test missiles. In Hong Kong, tensions in the South China Sea continue to grow as China builds new military bases on remote ocean reefs. In London, city residents reeled from Britain's visit vote to exit the euro. The list of world hotspots is long. Here at home, this past summer's news reports were also distressing. Resistance to the legitimate goals of the Black Lives Matter movement continued unabated. Police were targeted, and national political conventions were threatened with disruptions. Actually, the Olympic Games in Rio offered a welcome relief from this distressing narrative of events. Contrary to predictions of doping controversies, host nation dysfunction, and security concerns, the Olympics were a refreshing success, featuring remarkable performances by athletes from around the world. In this unsettled national and international context, communities become especially precious enterprises. Communities bind individuals together through the power of relationships. In a community, we feel connected, valued, and safe because we are not alone. Which is not to say that everyone in the community is the same or even shares the same priorities. In fact, communities often include very different people from different aspirations, different circumstances. But these people know each other and care about each other. They respect each other's sensibilities, and they appreciate that compromise is essential to moving forward. Community is the first of Westminster School's core values, and the lessons we teach here about community are especially relevant today. Metaphors are comparisons or symbols that help to convey meaning. Consider our school campus as a metaphor for the human body with head, heart, and limbs. In this comparison, our academic center would be the head of our school community. There we study academic topics and learn academic lessons. In our academic center, we engage in intellectual endeavors. We celebrate the life of the mind. All great schools feature excellent academic programs, and the outstanding teaching and learning that occurs in our academic center underscores Westminster's place among the world's great secondary schools. To extend the metaphor of the human body beyond the head, the area around the sixth form lawn, including the chapel, Cushing, and will be our new dining hall, serves as our school's heart. We gather as a community in these spaces, we share our stories, we develop an appreciation for those with different experiences, with different circumstances, and with different perspectives. In this chapel, we gather twice each week for reflection, for prayer, for hymns, and for presentations from student, faculty, alumni, and guests. We learn many lessons about other people, experiences, and circumstances. In fact, I hope that this year, many of you will reach out to the John Hay Society and offer to lead a chapel service. Interestingly, if you look closely at the school shield on the doorway from this chapel that looks onto commencement lawn, you'll see martlets with feet. The shield is the only place where our mascot, the martlet, is depicted with feet. The martlet is a mythical bird which remains always in flight, always restless and busy, always striving to make its way in the world, and to make a difference. According to legend, the chapel is the only place where a martlet rests. Thus, the depiction of martlet with feet on the shield outside this chapel doorway. Outside the front door of this chapel is a sixth form lawn, a cherished space in our campus which will be beautifully restored once the dining construction project is completed. Last spring, the class of 2016 invited the class of 2017 onto the sixth form lawn in recognition of our leadership role in this new school year. That moment of invitation onto the sixth form lawn was long anticipated by every Westminster student. Along with Andrews Memorial Chapel, also abutting the sixth form lawn, is Cushing, our historic school building. When Westminster moved to Simsbury in 1900, Cushing was the first and only campus building. All students and faculty lived in Cushing, all classes were taught there, and all meals were served there. At that time, assemblies occurred in Watts Hall, the extension of our current dining room, and hymn and reading room served as our school library. Simply put, our school's history pulsates in Cushing Hall. Opposite Cushing Hall, adjacent to Andrews Memorial Chapel, and currently under construction with completion planned for the start of the school year in fall 2017, is a new dining hall. There, all of us, boarders, day students, faculty, and some staff will gather for family-style meals. Sharing meals together is a defining feature of communities. In American culture, the Thanksgiving meal is the archetypal community meal, where families gather around a table featuring a turkey dinner, celebrate the holiday, and give thanks for each other's company. Simply put, here at Westminster, family-style meals offer us the opportunity to meet each other and get to know each other through mealtime conversation. Different from our other meals, we don't just sit with our friends. We make new friends, and in the process, extend our understanding of the breadth of experiences and circumstances encompassed in our school community, which includes students from 23 different countries and 26 different states. Next year, our current dining room in Cushing will become our student center, where our community will often gather informally between classes, after practices, and in the evenings. This student center will be connected with both Armour Academic Center through a new entrance to what is now the kitchen area, and a new dining hall across the sixth form lawn from Cushing. In this way, Cushing Hall will remain at the heart of campus activity. In short, between the Student Center in Cushing Hall, Andrews Memorial Chapel, and our new dining hall, our central community spaces surround the sixth form lawn. Of course, the lessons about community, which we teach in the heart of our campus, will extend through the arteries of our school's bodies, Armour Academic Center, Warner Centennial Center, art studios, student faculty residences, and athletic venues. Community values must be taught and absorbed. These lessons must become reflexive because in so many ways, personal habits as well as national and world events seem to encourage a more selfish, less accepting, more lonely perspective. By engaging with each other, we enrich our experience. Our engagement in the community setting requires a sustained commitment. At Westminster School, that commitment begins here at the heart of our school community, surrounding the sixth form lawn. Successful communities are challenging enterprises for many reasons. Obviously, everyone doesn't get along with each other all the time. In ways large and small, in ways intentional and unintentional. Each of us can be selfish, self-absorbed, and insensitive. By pausing our busy daily routines to talk with each other, and to attend to daily courtesies such as greeting others in a friendly manner, holding the door, taking our hats off when inside, and being polite and respectful, we affirm that we are aware of and care for other people. By setting aside time in our busy schedules for weekly chapel services, regular family-style meals, and community gatherings, by engaging with each other meaningfully, by taking off our headphones and putting away our devices, we express our interest in, sensitivity to, and concern for other people. Importantly, this commitment is not just selfless. All of us learn so many lessons from each other. In fact, it is these lessons which truly distinguish the Westminster School experience. You can go to many great schools and learn academic lessons, just as you will learn academic lessons here. But at Westminster School, you'll also learn critical lessons outside of the academic classroom. And it's those lessons that distinguish our school's mission and ethos. So as we head into a new school year, let's commit to a community ethos that embraces our respect for other people, where we reflect beyond our personal concerns and priorities, where we seek to dignify other people, where we strive to make someone else's day a bit better, where we are kind and courteous. On a daily basis, let's seek to learn lessons from each other, whether in the classrooms, in studios, on stage, on teams, or in residences. Let's learn to share, to listen, to appreciate, to cooperate, to compromise. These lessons are especially relevant in preparation for the challenges facing our world today. Our world would be a better place, a more stable place, a more prosperous place, and a more accepting place if more people embraced a community ethos. We share this magnificent campus with people from distant homes, from different cultures, from divergent personal circumstances, who speak different languages and cherish different customs. In our day-to-day life at Westminster, we must strive for an inclusive, welcoming perspective, a perspective that celebrates the diversity which defines our campus community and our larger world. As captured in our school's motto, Written Grace, a perspective of that sort is filled with grace. In the spirit of our school community, let's remember that martlets fly together. Thank you for your attention. And now, let's join in reciting Prayer 16 on page 33 in Song and Spirit. Please, you can stay seated. Prayer 16, page 33, Song and Spirit. Please bow your heads. Recite with me. The Lord bless our schools and colleges and universities, and especially Westminster School, that they may be lively centers for sound learning, new discovery, and pursuit of wisdom. Grant that those who teach and those who learn may find their truth in thee and stand as witnesses to that truth before the world. Amen. Before we recess, please rise and join together in singing Westminster Processional on page 4,